Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Pillow Fort Talk with Heather, Ivani, and Vale. This is the podcast where we try to talk about specific topics and quickly spiral out of control. Grab a blanket, some wine, and join us in the fort for what we hope is an entertaining and relatable bitch session. No, I just have a lot of rage in my older years.
But also the thing that Ivani was saying in school, so like one of the last ever reports that I had to do in front of a class, what I started to literally die in the middle of it, and it was kind of hilarious. Because so I was in front of a projector and the room was like, the lights were off, but slowly you could see the color draining from my lips and my fingers started turning blue. And like halfway during the presentation, the professor's like, "You need to get out of here."
This was in college?
This is in college. Like apparently my blood pressure dropped really low and the room had really cold air conditioning. So I was getting frostbite.
Oh.
So I was like, my fingers lost color, the nails started turning a little purple, my lips had turned blue, my skin was turning pale, and the professor's like, "Are you okay? You need to leave. You need to leave right now, because you might die."
Jesus.
But that same professor, I had a... What? One of you asked something. No?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm
You're hearing voices too, again, too. Here.
Yes, I'm hearing voices.
Exploding.
So, like, that same professor is one that I hated. And that one day walking out of the room, I just told her to eat dicks. And, like, the entire class just started dying.
Oh my god.
I was like, bitch, she's fucking eat dicks right now. Shut the fuck up, like I give a damn. I was so fucking mad and everyone was dying. And my friends ran up to me like, they got shocked and then just, like, stood there like deers in the headlight. And I was like, just gone. I just kept walking. I was like, I'm not even gonna stop to explain why I'm so mad. And then like everyone started running after me like, what the fuck? Why didn't you just... Holy crap. I know she's a bitch, but that's the first time I've ever heard anyone say that to her. We all hated her. I was the only one who let it out.
That's funny.
I wish I had this anger and audacity when I was younger.
I was like, she can eat dicks.
Yeah, I was bad when I was younger, and now I'm just like, karma's a bitch, yo.
Karma takes too long.
that professor. So, I had a friend who's deaf. So she would like do the deaf sign language for all the time about this professor is a bitch. This professor is a hoe. This professor fucking sucks dick. And we'd just be doing the sign language right there in front of her. Like, we were so mad. She'd be like, "Right, this professor, blah, blah, blah." Like, she's a fucking bitch. I wish she'd just choke on a dick and die. And we just literally in sign language right in front of her. Like, it was so funny.
That's fantastic.
So hilarious. I was the only one who just said it out loud. I was like, man, she can suck a dick and die. I am tired of her bullshit.
It's so funny. Everybody's like talking about the collapse. It's really funny that everybody's talking about like the collapse of education right now and all these things going wrong. And I'm just over here like, no, education's been shit for a while. Y'all got shitty people teaching.
all of my research papers in college were about how fucked our educational system is.
Yeah, it's just absolutely fucked.
Yeah, I was on a rampage 10 years ago about it, so.
10 years ago.
10 years ago, I was pissed.
Like, my cousin is a first grade student, and then one of my friends is a first grade student, and all they do all day is come home and complain about fucking teaching all day, every day. Like, they both had the exact same complaint on the exact same day. One lives near me and one lives very far away from me, but it was very weird that it like lined up perfectly. They're like, oh, my class was only supposed to be like 20 students and now it's like 26 and we don't have the space, we don't have the resources to teach so many kids. There's too many kids, I can't focus on them all out at the same time. And like they both came to me the same time, same day, telling me, like, one was on the phone and one was standing in front of me, and I was like, wow, like you really both had the exact same, like, down to the number of students in the class and everything.
Is a lost cause. There is no coming back from where it even, like, COVID ruined what tiny semblance of education we had left, but it's always been corrupt and unbalanced, and unfortunately people who shouldn't be teaching, whether they started out as good teachers and became shit or they were always shit, unfortunately too many of those people are in the job. It's awful. There is no saving it at this point, I don't think, without some major reform. But
they need to get rid of tenure.
True educational reform isn't going to take place until the government is reformed.
The other thing I noticed was that, like, 75% of the teachers at one of the schools that I was talking about, they don't even have, like, the teaching license. They're just fucking randos off the street.
Is that, especially since COVID, a lot of schools have been opening their doors for that because there's a teacher shortage. No one wants to teach anymore because
being a teacher sucks. No one cares about you. You have all the brunt of the work. You don't have the resources. Like,
you get paid shit. You're not provided any support whatsoever. You have these sweet, innocent kids in front of you who need support that you can't provide, and that the district doesn't care about because every kid's just a dollar sign and that's it. And you get burnt out, and that's just it. Like, that's what happened to me. I got burnt out, and everybody can say to me, we need more educators like you in our system, until they're blue in the face. But the fact of the matter is, why am I going to sit there and keep breaking my own heart year after year to try and do what I can for these students and not make that big of a difference when the school doesn't give a fuck? Like,
and then, like, for fucking pennies.
For pennies. That, honestly, pennies. Like, for pennies, and most of your own paycheck is going towards
your classroom,
your own supplies, your own. It's fucking bullshit. It's really fucking bullshit. It pisses me off because kids deserve better, and half of the time these kids have shitty home lives, and they really need the adults that are at their schools to be there for them and support them, because they can't find that support at home, and they can't get that support at school because teachers don't have enough time, energy, or care to give them that support.
But, like, you have shitty kids sometimes, but that's because you have the shittiest of parents.
Yeah.
So, like, there was a story about how this kid came in, like, fucking throwing up 102-degree fever, and they called the mom to come pick her up, and she's like, I'm busy right now. I don't have time to pick up this kid. And it's like, well, your kid is dying. We're gonna call the cops next.
Oh, is that that video of, like, this kinder care?
No, this literally happened to one of my friends.
Oh, shit.
Where, like, they said that they were gonna call the cops. She was like, oh, well, you're ruining my day, this and that. And then she showed up to pick up her kid and she left, and they're like, what the fuck?
Like, and how can you, like, teachers these days especially go through a good amount of training to learn what's developmentally appropriate and how to best teach not only their subject, but, like, these other issues as well. And then they're put in these environments where admin and parents have all the control, and they say, well, we don't want them to learn that. Or, well, fuck your training, we have this opinion.
And you live in a slightly better state. I live in Florida. You know how much history they can't teach?
Dude, every time I hear about some fucking parents being like,
you know how much shit you can't teach in Florida?
Critical race theory, you can't teach that, and blah. Teaching my kids about rainbows will make them gay. Can you please just, like, fucking die off already? Like, these people are ruining the lives of so many people who didn't even ask to be here. You had a child. You had the child. fucking let it grow and be an intelligent. You want you like, these people are the same people who are like, go to college, get your education, and then you want to bar me from what type of education I receive because
Like,
it doesn't fit with your religious beliefs. Get the
go
fuck
to
out
college,
of here.
get education, but also, education or fucking college has changed you. You have these views now. Yeah, because I
Hey.
fucking learned so much goddamn shit.
Literally, that was like a low-key argument I had with my mother the other day. I forget how it happened, but I literally brought up, I got this opinion when I went to college because I learned things. I learned how to be a decent person.
Because I fucking learned things. Also,
Yeah.
when you're in college, you're outside of, like, people, like, it's more diverse. The
Your
thoughts.
little circle, yeah.
Like, you're outside of your circle. Like, you have different people that you never thought of, and there's different ideas you never heard of, and you hear so much shit that's outside of you. It's like, oh no, college fucking just, it brainwashes people.
Now, if college
No, small
wasn't
towns
so-
brainwash people.
if college itself wasn't so fucking toxic and an issue, I would say it's the perfect place for kids to go. But unfortunately, college is treated like a business, just like every other fucking thing in this goddamn country. And even at college, you can't always get the resources that your students need and shit. So there's no winning in the educational field. And for kids, it's just trying to navigate this fucking minefield between parents and capitalism and fucking reality.
And the fucking world that is as it is today.
Yeah.
I mean, we literally set children up for failure and then expect them to be perfect.
Yeah. And then
Literally, like,
you sit there and you wonder why they're failing.
Yeah, it's, oh, hey, like, go to college, get this degree. Hey, why can't you pay your bills? Why can't you pay that? Because I went to college and got a degree, and now I can only eat ramen because I have to pay back 80 grand in student debt.
But don't
And
forget,
then, what can I do with my degree? Wipe my ass with it, apparently.
Yeah, because your degree only helps you get looked at by jobs. If you still go in as entry level, you still
Like,
get paid
the other thing
shit.
is, right now, a degree means less than most shit. Like, my degree doesn't mean shit, but my certifications mean a lot. The certifications I have in my different medical shits is so much more than the degree I had. My degree means nothing.
It's all wrong. It's all wrong.
Like, my kids, I'm just like, yeah, don't worry about college. If you want higher education, get a certification in whatever it is that you want to do with your life.
For fuck's sake, go to trade school. Go to trade school.
Yep, that too.
Yeah, get an actual skill, because I wasted, well, I don't want to say I wasted my time, because I think teaching is an actual skill, but like, it doesn't help me in anything other than teaching.
I mean, on the bright side, since I studied in Puerto Rico and not in the United States, I didn't have any student debt. I came out with money instead of going in without money.
That's
voodoo, and I want to learn how to do it.
The fuck?
Because the cost of credit is a lot less over there, even if you go to private colleges, and then you get the student aid. And so, okay, I think one semester, my semester cost $400.
Mm-hmm. That's
and
crazy.
Student aid is what, $2,000.
How much should?
So let's say I wasted $200 on fucking books. I still had 1,000. How much did I say? 200 and $400 left, which I used to like pay off my car and stuff like that. And that's usually what people did in that time.
I have 80 grand in student debt that I have to start paying on again because they've lifted the thing. And they want me to pay almost $500 a month. And that's on the income-based lowest possible way. Like, lowest way to get your payments. $500 a month. I do not have $500 a month to give them.
No.
And their only option, it's not like calling for a medical bill and saying, hey, I don't have $500 a month, what can we do? This is what I can afford. No, it's that or defer it and let it sit there and collect interest and owe more money.
Yeah.
Like, those are your options. Like, there's no...
Higher education in the United States is just a fucking monopoly for fucking debt building. That's it. That's just what it is.
Yep. Taking advantage of young kids who...
I was, like, so scared to fucking go to college because I knew how bad student loans were gonna be. Like, when I went to Puerto Rico and I saw the cost of living, I was like, oh, shit. I mean, now the cost of credits is at least 8 times as much as when I went in that short period of time. It is now 8 times as much as when I went in. So now people can't do the same thing I did.
Yeah.
So it's fucking...
It's just, literally, the system is geared for us to fail as citizens.
Yep. Well, because it was never geared to us, towards citizens to begin with. It's geared towards that 1%.
Yeah.
That's it. Everything's a business. Every single fucking thing's a business. It's literally disgusting.
And it sucks because, like, there are so many kids that work so hard to build a better life for themselves than their parents had, self included, and there's no getting ahead.
Think about this.
Doing better.
Think about this. So I don't have student loans because my dad helped me get through college, pay for college. So I worked a part-time job. That all that money went towards college, part-time seasonal job. And my dad would pay whatever he could. And so by the time I graduated, I had no student loans. Granted, at the time, I had no idea how much this would put me ahead of life.
Right.
But you know, I'm incredibly grateful because if I had student loans right now, I probably would off myself. But like,
a cherry on the cake.
It really is. I didn't have student loans, right? I grew up in a middle class, like middle. We weren't really upper, we weren't lower. Middle class household. I bought my parents' house, which was paid off, except they took a second mortgage out, but it was mostly paid off. I've never bought a car because I've always gotten hand-me-down cars. So I really was set up to be ahead. 100% set up to be ahead. And I got my corporate job. I had good benefits. I had $10,000 in savings. When COVID hit, they cut our wages. The company made decisions that started to go downhill. And they cut our wages, and then I ended up leaving that job for a job that was going to pay me more money. But because COVID hit and everything went up, all the bills went up. So that drained my savings. And I have not been able to get savings back since. And on top of that, the bills I do have, because everything's so expensive, have raised to meet my new salary. So I was set up to do really well, and COVID hit just at the right time to fuck me over. And I do not see, with the way the country is going, I do not see myself bouncing back from that independently. I do not see a way to bounce back from that. And like, that's just the reality, is the way this country is set up, the way capitalism works. Once you fall into any kind of foothold, I mean, I fucking have fantastic credit. It doesn't matter. The things that they said is supposed to matter doesn't matter. What matters is how much money you have.
Yeah, because I also have really great credit. Now, if I use my credit, I will die in debt.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
right.
Thanks. What's the point?
I have awesome credit. I did the first half of my undergrad in community college.
Same.
So I didn't have to pay for any of that. That was all covered by grant.
Which, by the way, I went to community college because they said it would save me time and money, and it saved neither of those things.
So I did community college. I worked full-time the entire time I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
So for many years, I slept like 2 hours a night. So
which is really great for your health.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's good.
Especially in the long run, because that didn't affect you at all right now.
No, not at all. No, I'm not a workaholic who has severe anxiety and is afraid of failure at all.
Which, oh yeah, 100%. And anybody who's like, you're just not working hard enough can actually eat every dick on the planet.
Oh.
I hate people who are just like, you just need to work hard and apply yourself. No. Bitch, what the fuck do you think I'm doing?
What do you, yeah, like, oh, you need to work harder? Like, for real? Because
number one, harder, I might
when
die.
You were in college, I'm sorry, so when you were in college, you didn't even have a part-time job? Cool. I worked full-time, usually like 50 hours a week, actually, on my feet, not like sitting behind a desk. I went to school, full load of coursework, not a partial load. So if I wasn't at work or at school, I was doing homework, and I was taking schoolwork to work, so in my downtime, I could actually keep up.
Right. And I would do that too. I would take my fucking work because I was teaching part-time. That was my part-time job. I was fucking teaching because I was like, this is going to look great on my resume that I was teaching while going to teacher's college.
I was volunteer substitute teaching it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I did subbing too, but I didn't do too much subbing because I hated it. But I would, while teaching, I would like have them run a rep or do whatever, and while they're doing their thing, that's when I would be doing my fucking homework. It was awful.
It was horrible.
And like having to do that, not only does that minimize what you gain from the resource material, because you're so fucking tired and you're doing 50 things, you're not going to remember everything that you're being introduced. Not to mention that some of the teaching methods used in education is not the most effective way of teaching.
No, the most effective way of teaching is the way that helps the student learn.
Yeah.
And what education...
We don't do that.
What standardized learning fails to see is that everybody learns differently, and standardized education just decides, oh no, we just want you to learn this one way. And if you can't get it this one way, well, we're just going to call you a failure at the end of the semester when you take our standardized tests and tell you you're stupid.
Classes should be smaller so that you can change the type of learning to fit the class you have, like to fit the students in separate ways. And that's the problem. There's so many of them that you have to just like, here's the general way of teaching. This is what we're told that we have to teach. If you have a smaller class, okay, this works for you guys. You guys over here, this worked for you guys instead. Like, no, it's just like, here you go, fucking have at it.
Yeah, it's really not set up well at all, and any good teacher, like good-hearted teacher, will tell you that they wish they could do that, but unfortunately they don't have the support because, again, education is nothing but a business. Every individual is nothing but a dollar sign. It does not matter. They do not care about your individual future. Nobody cares about any adults.
A great example of this. My cousin teaches in a school here. The school is in English. Now, granted, the class is reading and grammar. This little boy just came from South America. He doesn't know English very well. He understands it perfectly, but his writing, he doesn't know how. He doesn't know how to write.
Yeah.
So they gave him a test, on a quiz, that he had to write a paragraph of what he read in the story. Reading comprehension. Yeah. And this boy, he wrote an amazing synopsis of everything that he read, but he wrote it in Spanish and he failed the class. He has to go take the class again.
Unbelievable. fucking can't.
And the teacher was trying so hard, because the teacher is like my cousin, and she's like, oh, well, I can't give him points because the way that they're making me grade him, because they gave her a rubric of how she was supposed to grade him. Oh, since that wasn't, like, I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't give him any points for anything. And if I did, the school board would this, and that. And I was like, that is
She'd lose her job. Yeah.
Because that little boy wrote an amazing, I read it. It was really good. It really well written. Like, it was above his grade, how he wrote that. But he failed.
Yeah. Because
and that's gonna fuck him up forever.
Yep. Because if a teacher goes outside of the bounds of what admin has decided is allowable or appropriate, then she'll lose her job. So in order to keep her job and do what little good she can in her position, she has to do things that are probably going to tear her up inside and that are going to hurt that child. It's ridiculous. I hate this country.
Fucking stupid. I hate this country as well. And it's for me, it's more shocking because as someone from technically the same country, but not at the same time, in Puerto Rico, things are different. Like, really different. I'm not saying these schools are great, but I mean, even the fact of colleges, you don't go into mega tens of thousands in debt. If you're gonna go in debt, it's understandable amount.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think the last time I went to college, it was a few thousand that I had to pay for semester. But because I was in medicine, I got grants for being part of the medical field. So it was fantastic. You're not dying over here. And the other thing is the cost of living in that time, because after COVID, the cost of living is so great that it's almost the same as the United States, but the pay is so much less than the United States. So Puerto Rico's gonna die pretty soon, and it's all thanks to the United States. I love it. Thank you. Good day.
Yeah, that's all.
So the minimum wage is $7.25.
Ugh.
That's what I was getting paid when I was in college.
So with a degree working in radiology, my starting wage is $7.25.
That's ridiculous.
That's disgusting.
It's fucking criminal.
But the rent before, I could rent an entire house for $400. 2-bedroom, kitchen, living room. Now that exact same house is $3,000.
I hate this place.
Inflation has fucked us all.
And that's
the
why
educational system, like, I feel like I went to school. I didn't go to school in Puerto Rico, and I went to a private school. So they were smaller classes, and boy, did they teach really, really good in that school. But then, like, there was a public school that was right across the street from us, and there were just so many students per class. I don't know how they did it. Like, it's mind-blowing.
And then you think about the really big universities and colleges that have so many students in a classroom that you take attendance with a little clicker. Like, it's ridiculous.
That's not a college. That's just a fucking pyramid scheme.
I'm sorry. Lecture hall? How about you stop lecturing because it's not really that effective?
Like a lecture hall.
College is very much, when you're on that scale, college is very much here, pay us to teach yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
But then again,
I mean, that's exactly what it is.
But then there's college I went to that I paid like $400. Like, the facility was run down. It was trashed. It was basically, here's $400. Teach yourself. You'll get a degree at the end. And then you have
I'd feel better about $400 for that, though.
Yeah. Like, for me, I was like, yeah, that's worth it. For $400, I'm gonna get my degree at the end of this, and I just have to teach myself. Sure, whatever, I'll do it. When I went to the second college, which was more expensive college, and it was the medicine one, I mean, then I couldn't fuck around. Like, I had to rely on the professors. There was no teach yourself.
Yeah.
I just fucking can't. I've hit the point in my life, and who knows if this is... Now, granted, I also asked Jack today if he would shave off all of my hair. So I don't know if...
Oh God,
You're going through something right now.
Big mental breakdown.
Yeah.
You're going through it. When you say shave my head, that's a Britney Spears when she was going through her bipolar.
We're not doing okay, guys. But I've hit this point where I'm like, there's really no way to live happily as a good person in this system comfortably unless you start breaking rules or breaking expectations. So that's why, like, this past year, you guys have heard me bring up the living like a small commune or something idea a lot, because I'm like, this isn't it. The American way that they came up with, that it was supposed to work for everybody, and you all have access to the American dream. It's just not. It's not.
No, the 1% has access to the American dream.
1%.
The current American dream is so bad that, okay, so I'm not sleeping, but the other day I had the worst, like, anxiety-driven panic attack dream, which was basically, my husband left the military, we don't have enough money to live, what are we gonna do with ourselves, we're all gonna die, we don't have any food, we don't have any money, and that was pretty much what the spiral of the dream was, because it was like, now that we don't have that to fall back on, we have nothing to fall back on. There is nothing we can do, and the debt is rising, and we can't even move back to where we're from because that has gone up so much. And I just woke up in a panicked sweat.
That's a big source of, a lot of people's depression these days, is that, and I know mine, especially as of late, it has not been helping me, is that I have to be miserable in order to survive. I have to go to a job that I don't love. I mean, I like my job. I like the people I work with. It's not exactly fulfilling. I have to go to this job every day, be miserable for about 8 hours.
Oh no, we're losing her.
Hold up, Heather. Oh, she froze.
Wait. Hello?
Okay.
There you are.
You're back.
So anyway, back to being miserable.
Oh, that's the usual.
Yeah. I have to go to be miserable for 8 hours a day, come home and be exhausted and do nothing because I'm exhausted from being miserable for hours.
Nope, there she goes again.
Damn it!
You're good.
Hello?
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because it's like,
a miserable existence.
I feel like humanity as a whole doesn't realize, especially this generation, that is what our biggest depression comes from. The fact that we go to jobs that we hate. We go to jobs that are dead-end jobs. Most of the time people go to dead-end jobs. And we have to do this every single day because if we don't, well, there's nothing we can do about it. This is the society we live in. We'd all love, if you don't like your job, just leave and go get another one. Oh, really?
Where?
Truly? Okay.
Who's gonna hire me? Because you want me to have a degree plus like 12 years of experience
for entry
level.
For an entry level job, but you don't want to hire me because I'm too young.
But also, it's hard to find jobs that are paying enough
to
right
live
now to live or have opportunity to grow. I've been trying to move in a direction in my position since I've gotten hired there. And granted, they're trying to work with me, but shit's slow. At my last job, I was there for 5 years, and I kept getting fucked over for a promotion that every time I fucking asked for it, they were like, yeah, we want you here, but we can't move you yet. Like, it's not easy to get ahead.
No. I mean, even I'm fortunate enough to like where I work and like what I do, and even then I still feel like I work to live.
Yeah, it's miserable. It sucks.
Like I just, my whole life is, let me go to work, let me do this all day, be stressed out, and then let me come home, clean, cook dinner, chill for an hour, go to sleep, and do it all again tomorrow.
Huh.
Like, through all of my medical problems, which are quite a lot, I am fortunate that, with the military benefits that my husband gets, I can be dead at home for now. I mean, soon I'm gonna have to, no matter what, find some type of way to make more money, because just everything costs way too much. But like, even dying, I'm lucky that we've had this buffer period.
Yeah.
Because like, it is ridiculous. And when I say my husband joined the military, it was not his first choice. My husband and I were both studying medicine. He was studying pharmacy, I was studying radiology. Then the hurricane hit and destroyed a lot of shit. My husband could no longer finish his hours of clinical practice to get his degree. He didn't have any money. He was living basically by himself. He was slowly going to starve to death. He spent a lot of time with me, and he saw how my father had joined the military and got to make a life. So my father went through the same shit because my dad was studying, electronic engineering before he had to join the military because there was no other option for him. And so basically my husband did the same thing. He had no other options. It was either this or fucking be on the street. So he joined the military, and thank God that there's so many medical benefits, because then I would have died without it. If he hadn't joined the military, I would have died because I didn't have the insurance when we were over there to get done the shit that I needed.
Yeah.
And now, like, we're slightly in debt, but not too much, because like a lot of the stuff the insurance pays for, but there's just medications that it doesn't pay for. But then, like, I can't really help. I have to do a bunch of like side hustles on my computer because I can't work a full 8-hour job, because I will die, because my heart is not made for this. My kidneys are failing. My liver is bruised. I have a broken spine in 3 places, but I'm not disabled. Thank you for that face, Heather.
What the fuck? Your spine is broken in 3 places and they don't consider you disabled? What the fuck? I hate this country. I really hate this. I can't.
I'm currently finishing my last certification, that at least this one the Air Force is still paying for. If I do anything else, I'll be in debt. Actually, I am in debt. I still have to pay half of this one, which was like $6,000, which kind of sucks, but it's not that bad. So,
the thing is, like, I can't even, like, if this was a few years ago, if we had all met a few years ago and you had told me I need to come up with $3,000, I would have been able to give that to you. And I would have been able to help my friend. And I can't even do that anymore. Like, nobody can help anybody because everybody's poor.
That's how fucking, like, kills me. I'm one of those people who I always want to help people. I always want to, like, so when I was in college, I gave my grants to help pay for, like, the house. My parents' house, because my brother got cancer and the medical bills for cancer were a lot. So like I helped give them money that I had, like, and that's the type of person I am. I like to help other people, and now at this point in my life, I'm like, here's like $20, have at it. That's all I can afford, because if I can't, I can't afford food later.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole fucking problem, is they want you to not eat.
Yeah.
And I refuse.
They're just like, hey, we can just thin out the population if we make bills so high that they don't have roofs and they can't eat. So let's do that.
Literally, like, that is so disgustingly dystopian. That story about how he had no choice but to join the military. That is, like, so disgusting.
That's basically what the military is made of. If you talk to people and you ask about their backstory, it's like, well, we had nothing else. We joined the military. Our closest friends who are our next doors, that's exactly that what happened to them. That's what the military feeds on. You have no other choice. Join the military. And they have no other choice, and they join the military. Granted, usually when you leave the military, you have a very nice life. But when you're there, you're risking your life.
and going through all kinds of trauma and shit like that, and fucking up your body and shit like that. It's awful. That is so awful. I need to get out of America.
My father, when he left the military, is almost missing one leg. He has a 25% curvature on his spine. He lost one of his hearing because the jet engines were so loud. And like 100 other problems that came from being in the military.
If we leave the country, do we have to pay our debt back?
I don't know.
I don't know how that works. Because other countries don't have credit, so... Because other countries don't have credit, so if you don't pay something and it lowers your credit, it doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't think it
like,
matters.
are they gonna? What are they gonna do?
I have a question.
When you die, give it to your children if they live in the Americas. That's it. That's all they got.
Are they gonna extradite us?
Wait,
where's your?
Why would it matter? Because when you can just fucking declare bankruptcy.
We're people and not a corporation, so we get to fuck ourselves.
Well, if you're going to another place anyway. Avani, do you have any family in Ireland?
Not that I'm aware of, but I'm sure if I just put my last name out there or crack a Budweiser, somebody will show up.
Because, I need to get out of here. It's not good for me.
My friends used to say, let's all get all together and move to Germany.
You know what, though? Germany is the place.
Yeah.
No, they have learned from their past. They teach their own history. Like, they're like, we know we fucked up. We realize it was a bad time.
Do you know what they do when people try to be Nazis over there? They kick the shit out of them.
Yeah,
I love it. You know what? Speaking of Nazis, here in Florida, Nazis have been showing up and doing rallies in fucking Disney World.
Disney!
But Disney, wait a minute, Disney screamed gay from the mountaintops. Why are they allowing this?
I don't fucking know.
Oh.
This Nazis are showing up everywhere. You know what happens when a Nazi shows up in Germany?
I think
Nazi has to kick shit out of her.
I think it's time to flee.
Yes.
Pack it up, let's go.
I can't, I feel like I'm stuck where I'm at until my parents go. But
Heather, I know how you feel, but do we need to expedite the process?
No, I think we just need to tie them up and take them with us because I love them. Well, I love the one very, very much.
And you love the other one because they're connected to the other one.
Yes, and that's just about it. But
I somehow I know the feeling, but even though I love both my parents, I know what you're talking about.
But I am stuck here, and it's not working, guys. And unfortunately, there is no place in the rest of here that seems good. So we need to go farther out.
Oh.
I kind of just wish my country would secede and be its own country and not be the United States, because
it would be better for them.
Yeah.
It would be good to not be a part of this. I can't stand being a part of something that literally just wants to take away basic human rights.
Oh no. I can't go down that path if every time it makes me just I can't tell if it makes me depressed or it just makes me angry.
You know what?
Like, every time we talk about how the United States is getting rid of human rights and just being just
disgusting.
Exactly. It just, I can't. That's a topic that my blood cannot get this boiled.
This country is run on the bad decisions of entitled white men, and also run on quick solutions, not long-term solutions, quick solutions.
And corruption that is only beneficial for the one who is corrupt.
Yes. It is disgusting.
This place makes me want to cry.
Yes.
In ways
Same.
I cannot explain.
Yes. Same.
So want to talk about the Mothman? Because this is depressing me.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
can we move to Mothman? Because I'm not.
Yeah.
This is not helping.
We went
This
on
is-
a depression tangent.
Yeah,
and it might
those
be my
last
fault.
30 minutes, I'm just sitting here like I'm about to take this fucking scissors and just like play the violin.
End it. Yeah, talking about the state of our country makes me want to end it more. So
Yeah.
And then you hear people like, "Oh, then if you're in this country, why don't you leave?" And you're like, "I wish I could."
Yeah,
Yeah, so
trying.
the country
Actively trying.
has crippled us so much financially that we can't leave.
The other argument you always hear is, "Oh, well, it's worse in other places." And I was like, "Yeah, just because it's worse in other places doesn't mean it's good here."
Yeah, no, so it's not that we believe the grass is greener, we just believe it's a different shade of shit brown.
Yeah.
And we're ready for different shit. That's
Yeah.
all it is. We just want it different.
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, you think the United States is so bad? What about fucking Iran? You want to live there?" And it's like, dude, just because one place is bad doesn't make the other place good.
Yeah.
It's just worse, bad and worse.
Yeah. It's not good or bad. It's not black and white. It's a spectrum of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody ever reaches rainbow shit, okay?
Rainbow shit.
It's the best I got. This place makes me want to cry.
Yes.
It makes my heart hurt.
Yep.
And that's it for this episode of Pillow Fort Talk. Catch us over on our channel.
I'm so glad we could bring you down this spiral of depression with us.
Holy shit.
I cannot recover.
Good, America doesn't want you to.
Damn. It's true though.
Do you ever feel words come out of your mouth before you can think about them?
Oh, all the time.
Okay. That's what happened.
Hurt.
Jeez. That's it for this one. Be sure to join us for our next episode and check out our other content on Twitch and YouTube. We've got Late Night Dungeon Fight, J&H Nerdcast, and ND Vale. We also have another podcast, Out of the Spirit Box, where we talk about a bunch of spooky shit. Hope to see you there, and thanks for your support. Bye!
Bye.